WNBA Players Association, the union, the league, finally meet face to face for the showdown of all throwdown. Shout out to Bobby Flay. If you know, you know. Head to head, talking CBA, negotiating a deal, and it went exactly as we
The WNBA is flirting with disaster, and the fire extinguisher is nowhere in sight. From superstar drama to disappearing fans, things are spiraling fast. It's starting to feel less like a sports league and more like a sneaker-clad reality show. One viral meltdown could push it over the edge. So buckle up. We're diving into the chaos that could make the WNBA its own worst enemy. It's wild, unpredictable, and honestly kind of entertaining. Let's get into it.
A lockout is looming for the WNBA, and I think it's about time that people start recognizing that that is probably the direction of what is going to happen with the WNBA, as yesterday's meetings didn't seem to go all that well. And that's directly from the mouth of players and with what's going on in their comments, which they made yesterday or even today. I'm not sure when they made the comment.
Some of these players act like they're the Avengers, but let's be real. It's looking more like a low-budget soap opera in sneakers, sponsored by drama. Somewhere along the line, being marketable turned into being downright unbearable. And the WNBA Players Association? They didn't just allow the shift. They doubled down and made it their new identity.
Owners putting their foot down and saying, "Are you ladies out your damn mind?" The Players Association asking for abnormal things. "Oh, but we want 50% of revenue share. Oh, but we want this and we want that." Yeah, it didn't go over too well, folks. It didn't go over too well. And with every statement that we hear from the Players Association, from their representatives, from their executive director, and every non-statement we hear from the league, it just continues to kick this can down the road, heading toward a WNBA.
At this point, it's barely about basketball. It feels more like a group therapy session dressed up as a game. Every pick and roll loaded with attitude, side eyes, and cryptic subtweets. Somewhere along the way, they decided that calling fans racist was a marketing strategy. Forget improving the product on the court. The new playbook? Push away the very people you're begging to show up. Because nothing screams grow the game like hurling accusations between missed layups and Instagram rants. That'll definitely fill those empty seats.
We have all been wondering, what are these players' demands in these CBA negotiations? What are they asking for? Are they asking for Rolls Royces? Are they asking for Jason Tatum contracts? We don't know what they asking for. We wanted answers, and Gabby Williams gave them to us this morning. Oh man, she was cooking with hot grease. Gabby Williams was cooking with hot grease. She was clocking tea, is what they call it. Gabby Williams went in this morning about how bad the CBA negotiations went with the owners and how the players' words went in one ear and out.
Now let's talk about this strike talk. Oh no, the horror. A strike. Time to panic, right? A handful of players making six figures for half a season are threatening to walk out. Here's the punchline. Outside of the 400 folks actually attending games, who would even notice? You can't hold a league hostage when the hostage has no idea it's missing. It's like trying to ransom a sock puppet. Honestly, go ahead, strike. Sit out. The silence might be the best PR the league's had in years.
God, do I hope there's a WNBA walkout. I do. I hope the women of the WNBA walk out like they're threatening. The WNBA's Players Union. They announced that the players will opt out of their current collective bargaining agreement with the league. That's right, they're opting out. They have that option. They announced just a day after the WNBA finals concluded that the New York Liberty, New York, which is good for the league, won. Big market. It won. Caitlin Clark, not a big market, but a big star. So they've won. But the league has lost, as we've talked about, $40 million.
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is just trying to hoop. But instead, she's stuck in the middle of the WNBA's never-ending emotional group project. She's taking elbows, catching cold shoulders, dodging media chaos, and now people expect her to chime in on CBA negotiations? Absolutely not. Caitlyn, don't even walk near that table. That negotiation room isn't about policy. It's a Real Housewives reunion in sneakers, full of union reps with personal vendettas. The energy? Toxic. The agendas? Deeply personal. The air? Thick with jealousy and overinflated egos. Imagine sitting next to players who treat someone else's success like it's a threat. Like every jersey not bearing their name is a personal attack. These are folks showing up to media day with 2 chips on each shoulder, a third eye for imaginary disrespect, and a group chat ready to implode if someone else gets a little praise. Caitlyn should be golfing somewhere, relaxing, not sacrificing her sanity for a league that seems more interested in tearing down its rising stars than uplifting them. And let's not act like the union itself is a happy place. The president of the Players Association can't even keep peace in her own locker room. Some sitcoms have more harmony than what's going on in there. Constant tension, petty drama, passive-aggressive jabs. It's a miracle they find time to play basketball between all the episodes of this never-ending ego soap opera.
You see from all these different interviews is there's a certain lack of understanding of business. And while I will always champion for people to get as much money as they possibly can, and they should fight for every dollar that they possibly can, they need to have some level of leverage and information that proves their stance, proves that they earned this compensation that they are so very.
When your so-called leader is beefing with her own teammates, maybe it's time to pause and reevaluate the whole movement, because this doesn't look like unity. It looks like a group chat meltdown waiting to happen. The delusion is next level. Players averaging 6 points a game are out here acting like they're leading a revolution. Refusing to shake Caitlin Clark's hand isn't brave, it's petty. Bullying the most talked-about player in the league isn't earning respect. It's earning memes, mockery, and public backlash. And guess what? If the goal was to get fans to root against you, mission accomplished. Meanwhile, the league office is probably hiding under conference tables as attendance numbers wobble like a Jenga tower mid-collapse. Sponsors didn't sign up for this circus. They want ratings, engagement, relevance. Instead, they're getting think pieces instead of highlights and a fan base walking away because nobody came for a sociology seminar wrapped in a basketball broadcast. But the Players Association? They're acting bulletproof. They believe hashtags matter more than gameplay. They think the audience will stick around no matter how messy things get. It's like watching someone torch their own house and then demand applause for lighting the match. And through it all, they keep poking at Caitlin Clark, as if she's not the one dragging their TV ratings out of the abyss, single-handedly keeping the spotlight from switching off entirely.
The league kind of ignored that and just put in whatever it is that they wanted. Now, it is no doubt that the WNBA is growing, right? We have new teams that are being added to the league that are going to be up to 18 in the next few years. We've seen record-breaking views, so it shouldn't shock anybody that the players are asking just for a way to reap some of those benefits. And from the looks of it, because it doesn't look like negotiations are going very well, it does look like the league is trending more towards a lockout, which obviously would not be good for anybody because right now this is at a stage of growth.
At this point, Caitlin Clark could take a nap mid-game and still contribute more to the league than the entire roster of professional grudge holders. The jealousy is deafening. You can hear it in every cheap shot, every backhanded comment, every bitter, "I earned it" speech from players wondering why empty seats outnumber fans. Spoiler, that's not on Caitlin. It's not on the media. And no, it's not some baked-in system of racism or misogyny. The issue is simple. It's the product. And when someone finally shows up with star power and momentum, instead of protecting the spark, the league tries to smother it with resentment. Let the strike come. Let them walk out. Let them hold their breath until someone notices. Because honestly, most people wouldn't flinch. Casual fans wouldn't even realize anything happened until they tried streaming a game and landed on a rerun of Antiques Roadshow. And who knows? The ratings might actually tick up. This isn't the NBA. This isn't the NFL. This is a league gasping for air while its own players punch holes in the tank. And Caitlin Clark? She should run fast. Avoid those closed-door meetings where egos inflate and common sense disappears. Let the self-proclaimed veterans keep clashing like high schoolers in a cafeteria. Clark has already delivered more buzz than the league's had in years. She's the golden ticket they're trying to throw off the train at its madness. Let them spiral. Let them sulk. She came to play basketball at the highest level, not to babysit fragile egos dressed up as empowerment.
Know what they're calling and what they're not. They know what to look for and what not. Caitlin Clark is a really big deal. And I wonder if they're not calling fouls on her on purpose. Now, I'm not saying that's why she got hurt. I mean, I'm not saying that. But I wonder, just watching these games, are they not calling fouls where she gets hit on purpose because the backlash and what could happen, the optics of, Caitlin Clark getting all these foul calls, getting superstar foul calls, what that would do to the WNBA conversation and attention.